So in this video I will show you how to use RecyclerView or UITableView in Android and iOS inside a Flutter project. So you might be wondering, we already have a list view builder and a grid view builder in Android to show a large list of items, but what I have noticed is that they are little bit janky and does not give the best of performance so there is a little bit of jank on iOS and a little bit of jank on low end Android devices, which I have noticed. So if you have a complex cell inside your list view dot builder, suppose you have an image, you have some rich text and all that kind of jazz, then you might face performance issues. So for to tackle that, I have integrated RecyclerView for Android and UITableView for iOS. So if you don't know RecyclerView and UITableView, they are similar to that of list view builder. So if you want to display a large list of over 10,000 or 20,000 items, you can use RecyclerView for Android and UITableView for iOS. So let's get started. Like, I have created a default Flutter project. Inside that I will go to main.dart. Ignore this error thing for now. It's just a VS Code bug. And next, what I have done is that I have created this home page stateless widget, and inside the stateless widget, I am just calculating the width and height of our current screen. I am defining a scaffold, a safe area, a size box of our width and height of that particular screen. Then defined a custom widget called mylist. Then I have defined mylist.dart, and here you can see that for now I have created a stateful widget, and inside this I have created a map which we will send it to the native side, and it contains a data property. Inside that I have sent a JSON. So here you can get this JSON from any API call which you will be doing to your backend server. This is just an example, that's why I have hard coded the JSON for now. And here this is the default the code which you have to write whenever you are rendering a native component. So for Android it is Android view, for iOS it is UIKit view. And the important thing to note is that I have defined this my list view. So whatever, you can use any string over here, but whatever you have defined it on the Dart side, the same should be used on the native side as well. So yeah, be careful with that. And here we are sending our map. Now I will go to Android, go to app, go to build.gradle, and here first you have to add this dependency of RecyclerView. Next, go to src, go to main, go to res layout, and you have to, I am not sure whether this layout folder is already present or not. If not, you have to create this layout folder and define text row.item. So this is how our each cell will look like. So for in my case I have just defined a text view, but you can write anything like image view, text view, whatever, however your each cell of your list looks like. So you have to define it over here. Just for simplicity I have taken a text view. Next I will go to Kotlin, and here this is the custom adapter which you have to define first. So I have just copy pasted this from the documentation. So what this custom adapter does is that it takes a list of your data. So I'm just passing a list of string, and here we have defining our text view which we have defined it inside the layout file. Here we are finding that text view. Then this is how you inflate your layout file, and here in onBind view holder we will assign whatever item we want to inside the text views text property. And there is get item count as well, where we will give the the list size, so it will know how many items to render. Next, go to main activity.kt, and you have to write this, but this is like the boilerplate code for every native view which you create. And here I have defined my list view. This should be the same as what you have defined it on the Dart side. And here we have creating a my list view factory class. So here my list view factory, and in my list view factory I have defined a platform view factory. This is like boilerplate code which you have to write for every native view which you want to create. And here I have defined my list view, and inside my list view I have defined another class called mylistview.kt here, which you can see, and it takes the map which we have defined it on the Dart side. And first of all we are defining our recycler view and returning that recycler view. Here we are initializing the recycler view, setting the layout manager, and here we are setting the adapter. So basically for setting the adapter, we are getting whatever data we get from the Dart side, convert into JSON format, and which native Android can understand. Then we are creating the object of our custom adapter and assigning it to the recycler view. So yeah, that's it. That's how you can define a large list of item. Next, for iOS side, just go to iOS runner, and inside app delegate.swift, first you have to write this boilerplate code. Make sure this string is same what you have defined it on the native side, and you have to define this my list view factory as well. So we will create this class my list view native view factory. Again, this is boilerplate code. I've copied this from the documentation, and here we are defining our my list view native view. So here you can see I have defined it my list view native view, and it extends UITableView delegate and UITableView data source. I have defined a parent view first, and here you can see I have defined another class called blogpost.swift. This is how we are sending the data from Dart side, right? So title as well as ID, and we want to decode it on the Swift side. So this is decodable, that's why I have used it. And this is the core cell, so how each cell of a table view would look like. And here you can see I am just defining getting a UI label, and using NS layouts for this, creating uh, and adding that UI label to our view as well, content view. And this is a mandatory override method which you have to define. Next, I will go to my list view native view, and here I am defining our UI table view. I am defining one view. Then I am getting that data which we have defined it from the Dart side, calling this create native view method. And here I am converting that data first, so that Swift can understand into proper JSON format. And then we are appending all that data to our list. Then we are creating an object of our UI table view. I am calling the register method, which calls the core cell, and this string is important. Whatever you define it over here should be present over here as well, otherwise you will get error. Then we are assigning table views delegate and data source, and I am defined a row height, but you can change it according to whatever your need is. Then I have added the table view as a sub view, and this is the NS layout code. Then these are the mandatory methods which we have to override. Then here I have defined number of sections are 1, number of rows in section are list response dot count, and here I am dequeuing each cell inside our table view, and I am assigning that UI label text property to whatever title has been defined in our list. And if you want, you can write this is not mandatory. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Bye.